Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Let's Play Part 166 of this series. So, I know I'm a little late. I said 12 and it's a little past, but that's okay. I was thinking a little bit more about it. Maybe, now that I'm, like, making it a little bit easier on myself with these live streams, if this is more enjoyable, maybe I could, since I'm not really getting the same thumbnails, or maybe I am, it's kind of random. I think it just picks a random part of the video when I'm doing these live streams. So I think what I'm gonna do, not sure if, like, I might not wait until I get to 100 subscribers. Maybe now that I have a little bit more, maybe I could at least check into Canva. And I don't know if I'm gonna start getting more serious about it once I reach 100 or not. But maybe I could think about, like, using some of these free resources for creating thumbnails. It might not be as hard as I think. But yeah, I still don't really care too much about the editing, because I think the editing is a little less important than maybe the thumbnails. So I think if I was to try to start doing something, it's probably gonna be maybe somewhat better thumbnails. It might not be as hard as I think. So I think I'm gonna but I'll let you know if and when I plan to create better thumbnails, if I'm just planning for it when when I'm at 100, or maybe if I could start now that I'm, like, getting a little bit more attention. Like 75 is decent, and maybe that'll just help on the way to 100. Maybe it could be kind of like a New Year's resolution to try to, like, create better thumbnails. I don't know. But I can at least look into it at some point. At least go to some of these different websites, try them out maybe a little bit. But yeah, I definitely don't want to go too much professional, because again, like, this is at its heart just something I use to entertain my buddies at the High Tip Group Facebook group page. Just to let you know on what I was thinking about, though. And I also got a little bit of advice from some other YouTubers I don't know personally, but, like, another YouTuber I think kind of helped me get into it, cause, like, he also uses the PlayStation to stream and make videos with. And I was thinking, like, well, if it's good enough for him, maybe I'll try doing it that way too. Like, and I decided, like, hey, the PlayStation is actually pretty nice. It doesn't have everything, but it has that. But I think one thing I will try maybe doing is maybe trying to see if I can figure out an easy way to show off, like, a scheduled live stream where, like, when I'm about to go on air. Today it came a little bit close, so I figured it's not really that important. But, like, maybe I could do that another time when I like, tinker with that a little bit using the YouTube, because I don't think there's anything you can do within the PlayStation itself. Might be a little harder than I think, though, but I can at least tinker with that a little bit. But if anyone has any ideas for, like, if they know there is a way to set up a broadcast to play a little bit later on the PlayStation 4, but I was checking a little bit, and it seems like when you do a broadcast, it has to either be now, like, there's only one option, and the option is stop broadcasting right away. So I don't think there's a way within the PlayStation 4 to do it. I don't think there's a way within the PlayStation 5 to do it. I don't have a PlayStation 5, but maybe if that's something that they added within the PlayStation 5, or maybe that's just another reason to try getting that PlayStation 5 at some point. Because I was kind of maybe thinking, like, if I get a PlayStation 5, I could always maybe donate the PlayStation 4 to my friend, then we can maybe play some PlayStation games together. But the problem with that is I'm not even sure if my friend wants a PlayStation 4, because then he's not really too big into subscription services, so, and unfortunately the PlayStation 4 won't play his PlayStation 3 games, so it might be a little bit difficult for him, so oh well, I'm sure there's something I could do. I'm not sure if I would get the PlayStation 5 just for the added benefit of being able to like schedule live streams, though. I'm not sure if that would be a good enough reason to get it. Maybe once I get more subscribers I can, but for now I'm not even making money off of YouTube right now, so I mean, I am trying to get that affiliate link though, but I don't think they got it to me yet. I guess I can check my email real quick. Let you guys know live if I got it yet. Should only take a second. But yeah, anyway, if you do enjoy my content, please like, share, and subscribe, and consider ringing that notification bell as a bonus for subscribing if you want some reason to subscribe. Now live on YouTube. I don't know if it worked or not. Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think it worked. I tried scheduling it today, but I don't think it worked. But anyway, so you can have the added benefit of being able to ring that notification bell. So maybe that's one reason you want to subscribe, because then you can ring it and be more in control on what notifications you get, if you want any notifications from me, if they're personalized or not. Or you can even, if you don't want any notifications from me at the time being, maybe you're waiting on a specific game, and I will put that in a community post when I am going to be planning to do another game. It's gonna be next month, I can tell you that. Like, I'm gonna be doing a special live stream of another game, because it seems like that's what the most people want, and I can understand why people would want me to do for my more official live streams, one of them being on a little bit longer of a master video, whether it be an extra long let's play video, or if there's like a special event and I go a little bit longer on that, or maybe even ladder grinding if people want that. If people don't decide, it probably won't be like ladder grinding unless people actually do want that, though. Because I'm not really too much into the ladder grinding thing. But the other official live stream, because it seems like I will be doing it this way, and I think this is honestly the best way to do it, because I get through Master Duel a little fast at the same time, and I also get to show you guys other games I have picked up. Probably a lot of them will be games I already own, which I do have a pretty good selection even of physical games. If you want a little bit of a sneak peek, I know a few of the games I recently picked up were Tales of Rise and Scarlet Nexus. And I haven't played Scarlet Nexus, but it is made by the same company as Tales of Rise, so it seems pretty promising. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go into a subscription, though, until I finish my other games, because I may never get through these other games, like, unless I do, like, the videos for them, because I'm not really playing them on my own, because I have so many other games I want to get through. Yeah. Anyway, I'll at least talk about the verse for now, and then later on I can always do a discussion on it. And if you wanna look up the verse for yourself, it's in the description. Anyway, the verse is, once again from U version. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Isaiah 40:29, and that is coming from the New Language Translation. Oh no, New Living Translation, or NLT for short. So that's once again. So if you just search it and then search U version alongside it, you should be able to get the U version of it. There's also an app for this, for U version. So I guess you could say this is kind of sponsored. Well, not really sponsored because they're not paying me, but I'm sure they don't mind me borrowing, their verses, like this. Of course, you can let me know if you don't like me doing this, but we all have to help each other reach other to the Holy Spirit, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Since I'm only taking the verse from them, and I always and I do talk about them a lot. Like I do at least say hey, this coming from you version, so I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, okay, let's get into the notifications now. So, there's a new Extreme Duel. This seems a lot better than the 30-second one. The 30-second one was kind of annoying, at least for me, because, I had to do so much in so little time. I know it resets, but, that 30 seconds of duel, I don't even like getting into 30 seconds within a regular duel because, I always, feel so rushed. But luckily, it wasn't just me. It seemed to be a lot of people who didn't really like it either. And just as I thought, I think a lot of people are playing, floodgates in this event just to try to get the opponent to think a little bit more and try to get them to run out of time because, they're well, you messed up my play, so now I gotta think about it. Why'd you do that? But, whatever. Yeah, I didn't really go too much of the floodgate route. I just ended up playing Dark Magician. Though I did try going sort of a floodgatey route, but, the only problem with going the floodgate route is a lot of those floodgates are, limited. So you probably won't be seeing them all too much unless you don't mind, surrendering a whole bunch and then until you actually see them. Or you could just play a lot more floodgates. There are quite a few floodgates in this game. I wasn't going too hard on them. But yeah, this one seems a lot better. This one might be a good one to get, to play burn decks if you have some, good burn deck. Because now you're, not having to deal as much life points in order to win. But of course, another way you could do it is you could just use one of your regular decks. I'm probably just gonna go with my sprites, because if my sprites can pretty easily beat my opponent at 4,000 life points, it should be able to beat my opponent at 2024 life points. And I mean, I do inflict a little bit of self burn with the starter, but it shouldn't be that much of a problem. I don't really use the starter that much anyway. There's only if I actually see it. I'm not really actively trying to search for it. And all the other sprite cards don't really burn very much. It might be a little bit hard if you're playing a really big self burn style deck that in order to get some of the good plays off of. Mutants, for example, might be kind of difficult in an event like this, since I know mutants kind of can self burn themselves for quite a bit. You might not be able to bring out because I know that one that special summons from the deck, the mutants I think it's called. I think it can easily inflict well over 2024 life points. Of course, it's 2024 to celebrate the new year too, in case anyone didn't catch on. But yeah, anyway, I don't think mutants will really work all that well. Not that they're one of the best decks anyway, but yeah, that might be one you want to stay away from. Oh, I don't think this is something they always did, but apparently this time you actually are guaranteed a glossy finish SR. Maybe you will. Maybe I'm not sure if they if this is a new thing that they included recently within the last one and this one, or if it's always been like this. I just didn't notice, but good reason to try to get the 3 victories because it's not too bad. Even if you don't get the SR you wanted, still getting glossy finish SR does get you a few extra SRCP when you if you want to dismantle it, and if it ends up getting hit somehow, you get a little bit extra. I'm pretty sure from both being glossy and also being hit on the ban list. So it's like a double whammy right there, sort of. And then Forbidden Limitless. I did hear about this, but I try not to look too much into it, so I could be a little bit more surprised on what cards got hit. So some of the forbidden cards here are Chaos Ruler, the Carrick Magical Dragon. I think that, yeah, this is the Sinker one, I'm pretty sure. That where when it's summoned you get to mill I think 5 cards, and then it has some other effects, but mostly people will like to use it for milling and maybe some other beneficial stuff, but the main effect I think was for the milling. I think that's the main reason it's getting banned, because there's quite a few good decks that want to have cards get sent to the graveyard. Paleozoics are pretty good, but they probably aren't going into that very much. Maybe Metaphys could have used this card, but I know they don't really go into much synchros, but they do have at least a few tuners. I think that Pendulum Monster is a tuner. Maybe it's a Ragnarok, I'm not sure. But anyway, they might be able to go in this, but it's mostly because of T Elements, I'm sure. T Elements were a pretty good deck that could abuse it, especially T Elements with the Despia, and they didn't mind running some sort of tuner. I don't know if any of their main cards are tuners, but they didn't mind having to run a tuner just so they can oh, I know Punks. I know Punks have a few tuners. Maybe that's how they were going into it. White Dragon Wyver Buster is one of the Chaos cards. Doesn't look like the Black Dragon one got forbidden though, but that kind of sucks because they kind of worked well together, so losing one of the pieces kind of just makes the other piece a little worse. And then Carved Demise got banned. I guess a lot of people are happy about that now. I wasn't really using Carved Demise that much, but I know what some of the main decks are gonna that were probably using it were that one dragon deck. I forget what it's called though. The one that where they can tribute that summon themselves by sending off the continuous spells or traps. True Dracos, that's what's called. There we go, I remembered it. Anyway, that was probably the biggest deck that was using it, or at least for the ones that are more competitive. Anyway, Super Heavy Samurai Soulbreak Armor is the next card to be forbidden. Just another Super Heavy card. Maybe it's because there's gonna be a Super Heavy deck or a Super Heavy support that's coming out. So maybe they're preemptively hitting Super Heavy, because I know when a few new support came out into TCG for that, they became pretty good, so yeah. Anyway, cards to be limited. Cashier Fenrir, that makes it so you can't just search out another Fenrir. But, I mean, it's still technically playable, you just can't search out an extra Fenrir once you bring it out. It was kind of falling off anyway. I feel people are more maybe going into more of the Drone Lockbird route, or the kind of hand traps thing. But I guess it does kind of stink for more of the pure sprite builds that were that was still wanting to run the Nimble engine or the Frog engine, because they like to have like as many things that they could like special summon in case they like had like not as good hands. Then they could at least special summon the Fenrir and then normal summon something else like. But I don't think you were really gonna do much with the Fenrir that you search with the other Fenrir anyway, so I don't know how big of a deal that really is. So I think most decks should be fine with just running one Fenrir, because like the search was I think more of a bonus than like needed for like Fenrir to be good. Because when I was playing Fenrir, like I was searching the other Fenrir, but I was barely ever bringing that other Fenrir out. Like maybe, then again, I wasn't going too high up on the ladder, so maybe that made a difference. But I mean, to me, it didn't really seem to matter all that much. And then Inspector Border is being limited. Just another. So a few stun cards. There can be only one. I didn't realize that wasn't. I guess that was off the list before. So now that's another floodgate to be hit. Runic Destruction. They really don't like the part. Like the part of Desires got like unlimited in the TCG, but like they're really going hard on the parts in this game, which is kind of crazy. Wow. Runic Destruction also being hit. So like. Also kind of heavy hits on the Runic deck, because not only are they losing some of the floodgates that they wanted to play, but they're also losing more of the Runic cards too. Kaiser Coliseum, so that could be a fairly big hit to True Dracos as well, because I know like the True Dracos also like playing Kaiser Coliseum, because they could pretty easily just keep up with one monster on the field. Cashier Birth is another Cashier hit. Pop Duality, another that's a pretty good card for True Drake as well. But pretty sure Runix probably wouldn't play it though, so that's probably not a big deal to Runix. Purely Delicious Memory and Synchro Zone. I'm not sure what Synchro Zone does. Maybe that like is like an anti-synchro tech card, or it helps synchros. So maybe they're just trying to pull in synchros a little bit. I'm not sure. If it's an anti-synchro card, maybe they're just trying to help out the synchro decks a little bit. I guess I could look up Synchro Zone, because I honestly have no idea what that actually does. I have a pretty good idea about a lot of these other cards, but not the Synchro Zone. Well, actually, maybe I'll just look it up on my computer. Just make it a little bit easier. So, Synchro Zone, oh, that's a continuous trap. I'll just give you the gist. Oh, so, it locks attacks except for, Synchro monsters. So it locks, so if you're playing a heavy Synchro deck, like, you can just attack with Synchros while your opponent doesn't. And it also has a few once per turn effects, hard once per turn effects. That like where you can each use them separately once per turn. So you get to special summon monsters in the grave that are, but only when you meet the condition of a non-tuned Synchro monster being sent to the grave. And then, or during the opponent's main phase, it lets you basically Synchro summon as a quick effect. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so just reining in Synchros a bit more. I'm not sure what deck was actually using this card, but I mean, if you're a heavy Synchro deck, like, the stopping your opponent from being able to attack with a bunch of monsters, like, is pretty good. Since I know a lot of other decks probably aren't on a bunch of Synchros themselves. I guess it's pretty good, maybe when paired with Barone. Maybe Sword Soul was using this, because I know Sword Soul likes using a bunch of Synchros, but I really haven't been seeing that card a whole bunch myself. But I guess it was a prom. Must have been, since they limited it. I don't know, or maybe it's for the synchro decks that are being released in the future. And then cards be semi-limited, purely pretty memory, just remaining purely a bit. And then here's cards that are being unbanned, so this is pretty cool. So a few more Dragon Rollers, so now a lot of the Dragon Rollers are going to 3. I wonder how that's gonna shake the format. They may not be as powerful as they were before, but like maybe you could like run like try doing another old school Dragon Roller deck, but I think the babies might still be hit. I don't know. Terratop is completely unbanned. That's probably fine. Predaplant or for Scorpio. Is that the one that special summons as Predaplant from the deck, or the one that searches a fusion? I'm not sure, but that's kind of cool. If it's the one that special summons, especially, like, that's pretty cool because. But if it's the one that searches a fusion from the deck, you were really only playing one of those anyway. So, but if it's the one that special summons a Predaplant from the deck, like, not only is that good for the actual Predaplants, because now they have like more copies of a card that can special summon a Predaplant straight from the deck very easily, but like other decks now have it even easier to special summon that one Predaplant that can then search for a fusion spell for the decks I like to fusion summon. And then Sorcerer Strategist Long Yawn. Is that the what is that? Is that the fusion or the synchro? Because it doesn't really matter if it's the synchro, but it matters if it's oh no, it's the main deck monster. So that's really good. So now they have like so now that made it a little bit easier for them to more consistently sync summon. That's the level 6 guy where you can like discard another Sword Soul to special summon him, and then along with the token, so you can easily go into a level 10 synchro. So that's pretty cool. So I'm done with that. Looks like that's all the news. So now I can get into the Extreme Duel. I think I'm just gonna make it easy. Just going to use my. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like go for all 3 wins today. Let's just do that. Because I'm not too worried if it goes over an hour. Actually, I can just copy it from my deck since the Sprite one should work pretty well. I'm going to use the Live Twin Sprite. This should work pretty well because, like, really the only card that inflicts damage to me is going to be Sprite Starter. And Sprite Starter at most, it's going to inflict like maybe 1300. Yeah, I think that's the highest attack Sprite. So like, I'm still going to be left with some life points. So as long as I don't have any cards that just can't be played, it should be fine. Because I have plenty of ways to like maybe stop my opponent from just burning me to death. And it's just gonna make a going second OTK even easier now. Not that it was really that much of a problem before. I was easily able to inflict 8,000 points of damage before. There you go. Yeah, this is actually taking it down from 8,000 to 2,024. I hope I didn't say 4,000 because I was thinking of how Duel Links was. But it's actually taking the life points down quite a bit. So I'll start with Cacique. That's really good. Cacique into the Lila. I could special summon the Pixies if I want, but I don't think I will. I'm just gonna go for the Gigantic Sprite. And then I use the gigantic to get out the sprite stuff. Just a reminder to not use gigantic to try to get your live twin plays going, because a lot of the times you want to be able to spec summon the other one, and you can't do that with the gigantic sprite also on the field. So that's why I kind of wanted to make sure I had a few other cards that could like help get my live twin plays going a bit easier, because basically one of them has to be the first one, which is why you want to max out on the copies of each too. So I didn't realize that first, but now I realize that. I'm gonna go for the jet. Yeah, I like going and also this is pretty nice that I'm not using sprite spin, because it was really easy when I was using a sprite spin to not be able to make it so that my opponent couldn't Nibiru me. But now that I'm going with the gigantic sprite before the 5th summon, I can better make sure that my opponent doesn't Nibiru me, which is pretty nice. So now I'll go for the elf. I gotta use the gigantic sprite because I'm gonna need the other live twin in the graveyard. I pretty much need them both. And then I can go for the... Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'm gonna be able to bring out the Masquerader unless I wanted to use up the pixies, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna go straight into the Lila this time. This is kind of bad because it's less insurance that I get, that I don't get like Raigeki, but it's fine. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have it. I like being able to bring out the IP Masquerader, because then that just lets me bring out the Trouble Sunny, and then it's almost like the Raigeki doesn't even matter, because I just bring out both anyway, and then at the very least I can like utilize them to go into plays during the next turn. So I'll just use this to bring out the Cacique. And then I'll go ahead and bring out the Cacique now. And then I'll go ahead and use the Cacique to bring out the Blink. Yeah, wait, do I? I guess it's fine. Target one card in the field, destroy it. No, I definitely don't want to do that. The only thing about it is that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to draw because I think I did in the wrong order. But that's okay. I still have a few disruptions here. I got the Called, I got the Double Cross, and I got the Cacique allowing me to special out the Lila to destroy a card. And I also got Elf for the... Although since I have Pixies that doesn't matter as much, but Elf can still be nice for special summoning out. Maybe the Jet if I don't necessarily need to special summon out the blue right away, but I'm probably going to still do the blue just to have a negate for next turn. My opponent's still trying to... Oh yeah, the changes didn't happen yet, so maybe they're just trying to have one final hurrah because a few more hits. I guess Runics are still kind of popular, even with all the hits that already happened to them. Interesting. I probably should just do Ash Blossom though, maybe. Guess I'll Ash Blossom. I don't know. Because I won't be able to really destroy the fountain. So maybe I'll just hope they don't have a lot or something. They have a golden droplet, but without fountain it doesn't matter as much. Yeah, I better just allow that and I can destroy the... Wait, can't... They can use the link, I think, to... Yeah, they can use the Hugin to add out the runic field spell. That's fine though, I guess. I can't really do anything about that, because even if I destroy it, it doesn't really make a difference. Might as well just use the elf though. And then with elf I can bring out the blue. Yeah, blue. I better bring out blue. For the negate. For next turn. Not like I can actually use the negate this turn. I think I'm still just gonna place the blue right here because I don't think they're gonna... They can't Lightning Storm, so it doesn't matter if it's in attack position. So now I can use the blue to add one of the negates. Destroying a spell or trap. Okay, well, I couldn't use that without a monster in the grave anyway. Not sure how often my opponent's gonna be putting monsters into their grave anyway, so. Or maybe they did that to try to get rid of some of my sprite targets, but it looks like I still have both of them. Maybe I should probably add the carrot instead, now that I think about it. Oh well. And then there's the runic fountain. But I'm not gonna destroy it just yet because I might as well wait until they try activating it, or when they try ending the turn. I can just destroy it. So now if they activate the fountain, I can just destroy it. I probably should just wait until they actually try activating the fountain. Pretty sure this does... Actually, I might have messed up. I guess we'll see together if, like... I should have I should have just done it right away now that I think about it. I guess I'll just special summon here. Yeah, they get the draws before I can do anything about it. I really should. Yeah, I should. But at least now I'm destroying the fountain. Okay, well now I know for next time. Hopefully it's not too big of a deal though. Oh yeah, they would have kept it from being destroyed anyway with the Hugin. At least they lost the Hugin though. I should have probably double crossed the Hugin, to be honest. Cashier Runic. Are people actually doing that? I feel like I should just steal the unicorn though. Yeah. Probably just take control of the unicorn. Now I don't have to worry about them adding a spell either. What is this activate on? Is this activate on spells? Oh, this is once again monster effect. Maybe they all just activate on monster effects or when it declares an attack. I thought depending on the different cashiers, some of them activate when your opponent activates a spell or a monster. But maybe, I guess all monsters, maybe. That's an interesting tech for the deck. I guess it's also good because it gets them a cashier in the graveyard. Probably should just activate this. Take out their best monster from the X deck. Let's see. What would their best monster be? Yeah, see, that's pretty smart, having duplicates of the Rise Heart, duplicates of the String Era. Double A Zeus, I don't know if that's the best. Maybe I just do the Zeus, though? Or maybe I should take out the Underworld Goddess, I don't know. That looked a little scary. Too bad it's only a hard once per turn, so I can't do it again. It makes sense. It would be way too overpowered if it was. I mean, this deck is already really good anyway, the Cashier deck. See, the Cashier Fenrir hit matters a whole lot less in an actual Cashier build because they're playing a lot of different targets, like Rise Heart. Oh boy. I'm not sure. I might actually still lose here. I might have missed timing on some, but I mean, it probably wouldn't matter much anyway, because they would have been able to just... Maybe I should have just allowed the tip search. If they would have searched for the fountain, they wouldn't have thought to bring out the fusion first, I could have destroyed it. But I'm not sure if they would have done that. Man. But maybe I'll get some missions done, so it won't be a total waste. Yeah, maybe this one will just be a little longer, just because I want to get through the duels. And then I don't have to worry about, like, missing out, like, another time. Maybe I could just get all the wins. But I'm still definitely gonna do the solo mode either way, because I want to at least do a little bit of the solo mode, because this is because I always like to do get some solo mode content in for a let's play. Luckily, I still use the effects, so they can't use the second effect, but still get to use the adding a cashier spell effect. Man. At least I still have pixies though, but then that'll just trigger the Fenrir, which kind of stinks. At least they won't be able to target my evil twins, I guess. Well, my opponent's getting rid of the Fenrir, so... It matters a little bit less. Oh, the battle phase is just skipped. That's nice. Specimen cashier. Too bad I can't negate that. So maybe it's actually good now that I got out the red. Now that I know they're playing cashiers alongside the runics. Not sure if you can play Runix Pure or not, but I'm sure like you can, and it would just be a lot less powerful. Dang. Before I could even activate the effect of it too. There's that. Of course, since I can't activate either of these since I already have both of them. Okay. Oh, and there's, wow, the max C, but as long as I can inflict enough damage, hopefully a max C doesn't really make that much of a difference. Maybe I try not to use a whole bunch of monster effects then. Or I just bring out the red. That doesn't count as a monster effect, so that's good. So now I don't really have to worry too much about it. I'll just normal summon the swap. And if my opponent tries to use the Fenrir, I can just negate it. See, my opponent doesn't even try because they know I'm just going to negate it. Oh wait, no, they do. I guess it's just after. But whatever, I'm just negating it by sending off this one. Because I can just special summon that right back. But I better not do it right away because I won't be able to go into some of my other X deck plays if I do that. Might as well destroy it. Cool. Now, I don't really need to go into a whole bunch of plays. I think that was the second summon. So, yeah, I want to go for third summon. Yeah, 1, 2, and then this should be third summon. This alone should be enough. And I'm just gonna go for the jet now. This alone should be enough here though. If I go for jet, special summon the jet, and then I add the one that can increase attack. Oh yeah, I forgot they can just activate. Okay, well, guess I'll just have to hope that. Oh, it has an effect where it can just prevent its destruction. Well, that's seriously annoying. I think I just destroyed this one. It's a little too slow. Won't be able to stop destruction now. Oh hey, we got a comment. Hey SG, I hope you're enjoying this live stream, these duels. This is the first duel I'm doing of the event. I think I'm just gonna use this one. Yeah, I don't know. I might just not be able to win this time. But at least I'm going out on my own terms here. Yeah. Lost. That's fine though. Cashier is kind of difficult sometimes. Okay, but I'll just try again. As I said, I think I'm just gonna do these 3 battles and then do a little bit of solo mode. And then I can like move on to the wrapping things up. Unless of course anyone wants me to do anything else. But if not, that's fine. I'll just do some of the normal content I was planning to get done with anyway. See, normally I would just do the last duel later, but I figure since I'm doing a live stream, and even if it goes for a little bit longer than an hour, it's not going to kick anything. Whereas if I was to do a pre-record, I would have to keep it an hour. Since I'm allowed to go as long as I want here, I figure I might as well get to the pack, even though this isn't one of the more official live streams. And hopefully it still like ends up being less than 2 hours. This time I have to actually use the maxi in order to get my play started. Sometimes you gotta do that. But that's okay. I'll just go for the jet here. Seems good. Yeah, I still might as well special summon the jet. It's still gonna be less than 5 summons by the time I want to use the gigantic spread effect, which is basically the main goal. Because there's less people using Nibiru, but you still see it occasionally. And of course, if anyone likes and wants me to shout them out, they can let me know that they like the video too. Because I can't necessarily see that. I would basically have to refresh it. And I don't really have time to be doing stuff like that when I'm trying to stream. But yeah, this is of course one of the benefits of doing live streams, even just in place of regular videos. Kind of got the idea from someone, sort of. It's that like maybe people can practice getting here before I go to the official live streams, and I can work at getting better at live streams before I do official live streams. Well, that kind of made up for losing the last battle. My opponent just conceding. Of course, that does happen sometimes. That's always nice when it does. Oh, you actually get other prizes, too. I didn't notice that you get gems for the first 2 wins. So that's nice. I mean, it's only 44 gems, but still, like, you didn't get anything for the other duel things, events. So the fact that you even just get a few gems is still pretty nice. And of course it's like lining up the 20 with the 24 to show off the 2024, and of course giving out 2024 gems during this kind of festival would be a bit too much. So I get why they did it. Even just getting any gems whatsoever is still very nice, though, as I said. Maybe that's why the pack comes with a guaranteed glossy SR, in case you need a reason to want to play this event. Yeah, maybe it is special because they're trying to wrap up the new year in a pretty good way. Yeah, see, now I definitely want to bring out the frost, so I get the additional draw later on. It's always nice when I can get that. Okay, so let's go for the blue effect. Don't want to do the max. I don't think I've ever mistakenly done a maxi before I should have. You want to be a little bit careful with something like that, because it's easy to, because it likes to, like, when you're doing auto, it likes to, like, show you the max C effect. Like, do you want to activate the max C effect? I don't want to activate it during my turn, because generally my opponent's not going to be summoning very much on my turn, unless they're playing like T-Elements, but I haven't really been seeing a lot of T-Elements. Then again, that might just be because I'm a low ranking, and it kinda, I think, also applies to these dual tryouts, which might be a reason to maybe stay low, because then maybe get a few easier battles during these kind of special events. Anyway, not that it really matters too much. I should have really done the... No, actually, I already got this sprite effect, so, yeah, okay, this is fine. Yeah, see, once again, as I say, I do miss out on a gate by going for the Swap Frog, but I like going for the Swap Frog, personally. Cool. And I even have a max C for my opponent's turn. That's nice. That's gonna be good. Oh yeah, by the way, it's coming up to be New Year's in just a little bit. I hope everyone has some good plans. If you want to let me know your plans, you can feel free to do it while this is still live. This is probably going a little bit longer, so you have plenty more time. Or you can let me know down in the comments. Let's go and do the elf play, though. That seems good. I should probably use these two. And then I'll go ahead and special summon out the Swap Frog, so I can, of course, the Swap Frog helps me go into the live twin link line and the IP line, which is kind of cool, which also acts like as a prevention for like stuff like Raigeki or Lightning Storm, because if they try to Raigeki or Lightning Storm my monsters, I can just go into the Trouble Sunny with the IP Masquerena. So that's a nice reason to kind of include the Swap Frog. But yeah, I can go ahead and go into the IP first. So I'll go ahead and put it right here, I think. And now I'll go ahead and activate the Ronin effect. Banish the swap. Summon the Ronin, and now I can use these two for the link, for the Lilla. Don't want to use the IP, I want the IP. And then I'll go ahead and use the Lilla effect to bring out the Cacique in my graveyard. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Ronin effect again. Oh wait, it should be alright, I guess. I'm gonna get that draw. So I'll go ahead and go into the Caseco first. Might not be able to actually get the draw though. Kinda stinks. Yeah, I don't know. I might not be able to because, like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that draw. Definitely don't want to destroy a call on the field. If I get that draw, I don't. It's fine. Doesn't seem like I'm gonna be able to because, like, unless I actually I might be able to. Actually, I think I will be able to get that draw. If I do like this, yeah, I'll be able to get the draw now. That's good. So now I can just put the sequel over here and then get an extra draw. Let's see where I draw. Gamma, a little bit too late for that. That's a better card for when I'm going second. Or if I'm going first and my opponent activates something in response to something like a Sprite Starter, I can punish him for it. Which is like probably like a somewhat of a dream because then I get to also utilize the Gamma and the Driver. Otherwise I'm probably not using the Gamma and the Driver if it's during my opponent's turn. But it's fine either way. I mean, I still get to not only negate something, but also destroy something, which is pretty big. Oh yeah, here's a little bit of... Yeah, see, burn, what I was talking about. I'll go ahead and activate the blue here. I mean, the elf, get the blue, get the pixies, I guess. Yeah, see, this is definitely some idea. Of another deck you can use if you don't want to just use a regular meta deck to try to get the missions with. Yeah, see, just a bunch of burn. I don't know if I can actually stop this. Yeah, because none of these can really stop. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh well. Actually doesn't take a lot. This burn strategy is probably much better if you're going second. I guess I can just best summon it. Yeah. I'll get the draw. I don't think it's gonna make a difference though. Or at least I got the trap activation in case I had a trap activation mission. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the opponent's deck because this might be a good way to finish things off. That I think you can go pretty budget with the burn actually. I'm gonna at least see what my opponent's deck looks like. Yeah, it looks like my opponent's going really budget. When you take effect damage, I guess that kind of works off of some of these cards that inflict damage to You? Pod Prosperity might be a nice one too. I guess I could try playing this. What cards do I not own? Looks pretty budget though. I probably own most of the non-budget decks. I'm just gonna try it. Just to see how consistent it is too. I don't own some of the cards, but I'm pretty sure they're all rare cards I don't own. Yeah. I'm just gonna craft them. Whatever. I'll just... There you go. There's that. Oh, I didn't realize that was a super rare. I don't want to craft that. I will craft the missing X deck monsters, even though I don't necessarily need them. Maybe, but they're all like super low rarity. I do happen to have the high rarity links. Not that I'm not sure if that really matters all too much. And then I can just replace this with upstarts. Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, maybe not so much of a good idea since it gives my opponent extra life points. But maybe I could do Pot of Prosperity. Maybe I'll just do Pot of Prosperity instead. So I'll run a Pot of Prosperity and then maybe Upstart. I don't know. Even though it's kind of going against what I want to do. Actually, Dark World Dealings wouldn't be too bad. Maybe I can play some Dark World Dealings. That's another draw spell. Dark World Dealings. I'll just look up Dark World Dealings then. And then maybe Into the Void, honestly. I think I might have an Into the Void. Yeah, there's that. And then I think I have an Into the Void. And I'm pretty much planning to kill them on that one turn anyway. So I don't think the whole discard thing is going to matter too much. Then again, if the whole discard thing doesn't matter too much, maybe I should just carve Demise. I'm gonna maybe I could carve Demise instead of Pod Prosperity. That seems good, since I'm probably don't care too much about special summoning a whole bunch anyway. Yeah, that seems good. Carve Demise is at 2 right now. So I could technically run 2 Card Demises. I could also just run more Hinotama, but I think I'd rather get some to draw. Do I really want to run Secret Bale though? Yeah, probably. I mean, that's gonna be pretty fast burn anyway. I don't think I actually need to run Hanawada, because I mean, it stops other burn decks, but I don't think too many people are running burn, and that's going really big into the burn. So I think I'd rather just play another Card Demise. That seems good. Let's see how that does. I'll just see how it does for you guys. And it was a pretty cheap craft, since all I really crafted were a bunch of the rares and stuff, and I just took out the super rares, since I don't think that was really that necessary. The burn is pretty much the most important part, and a lot of those burn cards were rares and nulls and stuff. You can there might be a few better burn options, like high rarity if you really want to go for that, or Nurse Burn has a few high rarity options too, but there's simple burn like this when the opponent's only at 2024 life points might be good enough. Especially if they don't have a lot of negates. If they set up a lot of negates, though, that kind of stinks. You might just want to, like, try, like, waiting until you, like, can go first. This is cool that this is a quick effect burn, though. Yeah, maybe but, like, I guess, like, if my opponent doesn't do a bunch. Oh, looks like my opponent's also on burn. Oh, this is chain burn. Okay, well, here I can use this, so I take a little bit less damage. Then again, maybe I didn't want to do that. Chain strike, that's probably better anyway. And then you gain life points. Oh. Should I, though? Or... because that was only... unless I inflict... I feel like maybe I shouldn't. Because they may do a little bit... maybe I will just special summon it now. Just in case. Cool, so that's 300. Let's see. Okay. Aw, man. Really? So they're just gonna beat me like that? Seriously? Whatever. At least when I'm up against another burn deck and they're going first, I can at least lose quickly. Oh! Oh yeah, because the Pot of Prosperity making it so that it inflicts half the damage. I guess that's another reason not to play Pot of Prosperity. So I might as well just do Final Flame, because if I did the Tremendous Fire, I think it would be a draw. Not exactly sure how that works. Fire darts. That stinks. Seriously? Wow. 2 6s and a 4. I was so close. But I think it would have been pretty hard for me not to die by the fire darts. Oh well, all I have to do is go first and hope my opponent doesn't draw into an Hana Water. I think Hana Water is unfortunately level 1, so even if I did put into sprites, just as a tech option against the burn, it would kind of power the sprites a little down, because now I'm just playing more level 1s. But I guess that's a good option as a tech against burn, but I think it's easier just to play burn yourself, maybe. At least if you're up against another burn deck, it's still a fast loss, so I mean, it doesn't really matter to me if I get beaten quickly, because then I can just move into the next duel even faster. I mean, I could just concede, but I'm also trying to get a few of the missions completed. I'm not sure how many of the missions I got completed, but since it's like I'm running out of time on them, I kind of want to make sure that I'm getting as many missions complete as I can. Yeah, I want to do chain energy last because I'm not trying to activate chain energy against myself. I might as well do Paw of Duality because it only restricts special summons. I'm fine with that. Now let's see. If I did Tremendous Fire, how much can I inflict to my opponent? 2,500? Yeah, that's easy. I'll just get the Tremendous Fire then. There we go. There's first 1,000. There's second 1,000. And there's my opponent conceding. Man, they wouldn't even let me finish him off. Seriously? It would have been a fast death. They just did that in spite. Man, I can't believe it. Whatever. One more win. Wonder how expensive that other burn deck would have been. How much? Oh yeah, Chain Strike is a UR. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. This person's actually playing 300 water. They're really scared of the other burn decks. Yeah, see, they're thinking like I am about the Card Demise. Card Demise is a good idea because you're probably wanting to, because you're mostly just playing spells and traps. So you can just set everything, and since you're not playing a lot of quick play spells, you can normally just set everything and then just activate the normal spells later on after you draw the 3. Looks like I'm going second again, but I wonder if my opponent's playing another burn deck. They might not be able to kill me off in one turn, though. I might get lucky. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people just like going on burn. That does make sense. There's that. Gaining 500. Probably just setting another burn trap. Yeah, I probably lost here, but maybe I got lucky and they didn't have enough. There it is. I might as well just... I'll let them, in case they have some missions to get done. Since I am losing quick, I don't think I'm gonna be too upset about this that I want to concede. Okay, well, I lost quickly. All I really need to do is go first, unless they have Hana Water, which is kind of where the traps can come into play, because at least if you have traps or a few of those quick effect burn cards, that's kind of a way you can like make a comeback if they're gonna activate Hana Water. Once again, man, just getting so unlucky with this coin flip. Going second again, I can't believe it. Man. Oh, my opponent just is letting me go? Okay. Well, thanks. So this one won't allow draws from the Paw of Zayas. But I might as well go for the Paw of Zayas because this does allow for draws in the future. Okay, Okay, so I'm just gonna go for Goblin Thief. I mean, Restructure Revolution. How much damage is that? Cool, 1,000. Oh yeah, this is enough. And then I'll also just chain the Firecracker. There you go, game again. It's actually a lot more consistent than I thought, like, because you are having to deal so much less. I don't think they really thought it through with the burn. Then again, it's only 3 wins that you really need to get, so it doesn't really matter too much that if Konami doesn't think things like this through. Yeah, and then you get a glossy finish guaranteed. That's pretty nice. This is what I was looking forward to. Wow, only 2 cards? It's a lot. Wait, what kind of pack was this? This is definitely not one of the newer selection packs. I thought this would be. Maybe it was a legacy pack. Either way, if it was a legacy pack, there was no. I don't think there was been any chance to get the Smoked Mosquito, because I think that's a UR. I'm not sure though. It might have been an SR, so maybe I would have been able to if I had gotten lucky, but I got Invader of Darkness instead. Which isn't really all that great. I'm not actually sure if you're going to be able to. If this is a legacy pack, you might not be able to disenchant them. Oh, legacy pack, yeah, so I'm guessing you can't disenchant them. Since that's usually how it is for a legacy pack. Wow. Kind of seems a little scummy that they won't even allow a guaranteed SR out of a selection pack. But whatever, it's fine. I got almost all the dailies done, but I still have tomorrow to get them done, so that I'm fine with that. I'll just go and do some solo mode now. Let's see, I think I'm on the Genex, yeah, I'm on Genex now. Oh, can I not unlock this? Dang. I need the icon? Don't get the icon from that. Oh, I need to, okay, I need to do the scenario, so I think I'm just gonna do the scenario today. And then I think I'm gonna wrap things up, unless somebody wants me to see some of the solo mode duels. The purpose of the Genex is still unknown. Oh yeah, there's also a few worms in here too. However, it is a fact that the Genex have started their own fight against the worms. Some of the engineers of the Ally of Justice analyzed the behavior of the Genex in the following way. The Genex were originally acting to improve the planet's environment. The worms must have been recognized by the Genex as invasive alien species that is destroying and polluting the environment. That must be why they're taking action to eliminate them. The attention of the engineers was focused on somehow incorporating the Genex's power as an ally of justice force. After meticulous investigation, a means of communication was established via Genex controller. The ability... Hold on, did I miss something? I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. I was taking it off. I don't think I missed anything. The ability of harnessing the power of nature to create energy and eliminate the enemies was gradually deciphered. Just checking to see. I did get 1 like, so thank you for the person. Thank you to the person who did like it. Did like my videos. I should have it on auto. There we go. Thus, the research took a leap forward, and they were eventually recognized as part of the Ally of Justice forces. Later, the Genetics were manipulated by the engineers and utilized as a weapon of great power. Preparations for a major operation against the worms was steadily underway. Regardless of whether the mechanical beings wanted to participate or not. Okay. And now I can actually unlock the gate. Here, but I'll read the icon. Genetics controller. An icon depicting a mechanical life form that functions as a control center core. Thanks to our research, we were able to use it to communicate with the Genetics. Or Gen X, however you pronounce it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and... But before I go to a shop, I'm gonna unlock this, just so I have it unlocked. And I'm gonna look at what the cards that were seen in the... So they're probably gonna show off some worms, yeah, because they were in the background. They were more in the background. They were talking a little bit about some of the worms. But the main focus was definitely on the genetics stuff. So there's all the artwork too. Feel free to slow it down if you need, if you want to get more of the detail from the artwork. But I'm gonna go ahead and and fortunately the scenario, looking at a scenario, pretty sure it does count towards a mission, or maybe it doesn't. Sure, I thought it did. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. Actually, maybe I can do a duel just to finish off that 1 mission. I think I will, because I know if I wait until Monday, I won't. That'll be too late. So I think I will do a duel in here. 1 duel, just so I can get that mission complete, whether it's win or lose. Hopefully I win though. And I get sleeves to go along the Genetics controller icon. Which says, protected with the design of a Gen X who masters the power of the elements for those who seek to commune with many allies. So the description reads, the R Gen X and Gen X ally monsters have stronger synergy, making them ready for sync summoning faster. Watch out for Gen X Ally Triforce. It gains offensive effects depending on the attribute or attributes of the monster or monsters used as non-tuner sync material. Especially when a fire monster is used as sync material, you may take effect damage if the monster is destroyed in battle. Fight while paying attention to which scrap monsters have been deployed and when they can activate their effects. So, looks like my opponent's playing a mix of... What are they playing a mix of? Are they playing Gen X Ally too? Oh yeah, that makes sense. We're both playing Gen X Ally, but what are they playing in alongside? Oh, Scrap. They're playing alongside Scrap, and I'm playing Gen X Ally alongside... Wait, I'm playing alongside Scrap. Well, anyway, the deck description of my deck reads, this deck focuses on Scrap monsters which activate their effects while destroying their own cards and combines them with Gen X. Special summon waves of monsters by using Scrap Wyvern and Scrap Golem. If you sync summon Scrap Dragon by combining the special summon monster with Gen X controller, you'll have 2 different ways to fight: battle with its attack or destroy cards with its effect. Why? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Scraps are pretty cool because they kind of like, sort of like the Fire Kings, they kind of some of them do like to be destroyed by effects, but unlike the Fire Kings, they're a little bit less generic in how they want to be destroyed. And then of course Scrap Raptor is one of the newer scrap monsters, and also one of the best to use inside of a dinosaur deck. I know those dinosaur people really like to use that Scrap Raptor as well. I guess the field spell is also not that bad. And the scrap monsters are kind of nice because you get to usually destroy or like mess up cards in one of their places, whether it be the graveyard, I guess, for some of them, or like maybe field for others. And the ones that get rid of cards on the field are pretty nice because they can get rid of backer as well, like that Scrap Dragon, which is pretty nifty because there are a few cards that can only deal with either spell or trap or monsters. So it's nice to be able to deal with both on one card. Okay, so I'm playing Scrap. What is my opponent playing? So far, I just saw Genex Ally Battle Flame, so I still don't know what they're playing besides Genex Ally. I'll activate the Scrap Factory. What does that do? Oh, so I get to special summon scrap in my deck when something is destroyed. Oh, that's cool. In addition to your normal summoner set, but it's only for scraps. Oh, okay. So this allows me to grab a non-tuner scrap, and it can even. And it will even allow the search even if it's being destroyed by its own effect, which is nice. Oh, cool. I get to add one and then I get to special summon. So I guess it really doesn't matter what I do first. Since I don't really have to be too worried about my opponent playing hand traps because my opponent's not going to be playing hand traps. So this allows me to special summon a Scrap Tuner. I'll go for that then. That's pretty good. Okay, so Scrap Golem seems pretty good since it lets me special summon a level 4 lower scrap from my graveyard. This one also seems good though, since it allows me to draw a card. I think I'm just gonna go for Scrap Golem though. I like this special summoning effect, is pretty nice. One Scrap Tuner, so what I can do is I can just send a Scrap Tuner into my graveyard. So I'm gonna make sure what I send is a Scrap Tuner. So Scrap Goblin, is that my only Scrap Tuner? Oh, I also have Scrap Raptor, but I'm gonna go with Scrap Goblin. And now go ahead and normal summon the Scrap Chimera utilizing Raptor's effect. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a Scrap. What do I have in my X deck? Bunch of different monsters. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so now I can go for a Sync Summon. Ooh. If another... Scrap Archfiend seems useful. I guess I'll go for Scrap Archfiend first. And then I can just go for Sync or Summon later. Yeah, I'll just go for Scrap Archfiend first. Then destroy. Oh. So I guess I can just destroy this if I really wanted to. Oh, no, it lets me. Oh, then destroy one call in the field. That's nice. But first, I'm gonna go for. Oh, I get to add a target to my hand. This doesn't have an effect when it's destroyed. And I ought to use this effect. What do I have in my X deck? Level 9? Or what do level 9s do? So I can go for this one. Ooh, that's nice. And 2 cards your opponent controls. Oh, but my opponent doesn't have 2 cards. Can't go for Scrap Dragon. That's interesting. I guess I could go for the Goblin. I'm gonna special summon it on my side. So, can't go for the Scrap Dragon. Oh, which will then allow me to just... Oh, destroy by opponent's card only. Okay, well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna special summon the Raptor, I guess I can just special summon the Raptor. And now go ahead and destroy the... What level 7 synchro do I have? Ooh, the Shooting Visor. But they're both tuners, so I'm just gonna destroy the Goblin. Because this will, like, I didn't activate its effect yet anyway. And it allows me to special summon a Scrap from my deck. And then I can add this to my hand off of the Goblin, which isn't bad. That's actually quite a few plays you can do with this Scrap deck nowadays. That's kind of nice. Is this a... It's an effect monster. I better go with the Scrap Recycler. That's pretty nice. And now I can just destroy this. Aw, man, I can't activate the effect of Recycler now? That sucks. Whatever. So now I can go for the Shooting Visor Dragon. Seems good. Don't think I have enough for game yet. I'm gonna go for the Shooting Visor Dragon. This seems good. Now I'll special summon it right here. Now I can send whatever I want to do. I think almost whatever I want. I don't think this is gonna be... I don't think there's anything that lets me special summon from the graveyard. Actually, the Phoenix is not bad. That has a graveyard effect. So now I can go for level 8, but I'm just gonna attack. I don't think it's game yet. Does this allow me to special summon during my opponent's turn? Oh yes, it does. That's nice. I guess that's fine. It keeps its level decrease, which is kind of nice. The only one I'm bringing out is this, which doesn't actually have an ability on during the opponent's turn. So whatever. During your opponent's main phase, I better just bring it out, I guess. Wait. Card battles are non-dark. This might actually be better anyway, though. Whatever, I'm just gonna bring out that. Destroying it, but now I just get to special summon any one of these. I think I'm gonna special summon out the Scrap Golem because it allows me to special summon out another Scrap, which is kinda nice. So I just need to make sure I don't battle this with a non-dark. It's nice that it can even work when... Actually, it doesn't matter because, like, I'm just gonna bring out one of these. I guess a raptor. Though it really doesn't matter. I think I'm just gonna do this. Wait, what? Oh. I can just destroy one of my cards. That's nice. So now I can just destroy this. Which I'll just destroy this one. And now I can just special summon with the link, and then I think special summon with the factory it is. Cool. But it does miss the timing, which is unfortunate. Yeah. I guess I'll special summon the raptor, I don't know. And then I can destroy this. And now I'll just go for game. Cool. There we go. There's that. Okay, so now I got that mission completed, which is good. Now I'll look at the secret pack. But before I look at the secret pack, I think I'm gonna basically end it for those who wanna hear the verse discussion. I'm gonna start wrapping things up now. So once again, I'll say the verse again. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Once again, you can just replace he with God or Jesus. That's coming from Isaiah 40:29. So what this verse says to me is that Jesus, first of all, Jesus he gives power to weak and strength to powerless. So basically, if you need extra strength, you can call on Jesus to help provide you with that. And sometimes we all need extra strength, even in easier tasks. Don't be afraid to ask for that, even if you think like, this task is too easy. Like, maybe still just in case, because maybe you'll be able to get done in a way that you weren't thinking of being able to get done in before. And maybe you'll that'll even help people more than just simply relying on your strength would have helped people. And you can like call on God's strength if it's related to something religious, or even if it's not exactly, as long as you think you're trying to do good somehow, then yeah, feel free. Yeah, and one, sometimes I do need strength when it comes to, sometimes things don't always go in plan, so I'm really glad I can think about Jesus during times like those too. But even when things do go in plan, like sometimes it's easy to forget to think about them then, but it's good to think about them during those times as well. So if anyone has any examples that they would like to share, or any thoughts on the verse, you can feel free to say it now while I'm wrapping up, and I'll be sure to take a little bit of a break to answer any questions that you may have concerning the verse today. Or you can always feel free to let me know down in the comments, and I'll also try to at some point have the pinned comment for the verse discussion, or and also have some kind of comment for anyone who wants to provide information for their channel, and maybe I can shout it out. As long as you like provide all the information I want you to provide, I leave all of that down in that comment. But if you like leave the information about your channel before I have time to leave that comment down, I'll just let you know if like there's anything extra I want you to provide. Just make sure like you're providing information about your channel. It's fine if it's not exactly family friendly, as long as you let me know. Because I don't want to send people to the wrong place and them being like, hey, like this isn't as family friendly as you said, or why'd you send me to this? I don't want it to happen. Hey, this the shirt is kind of fitting for what we played today, even though I didn't really play much of the Scrap Kong yet, but maybe later I will. Let's go into the shop now. Okay, looks like I'm starting to get quite a few gems once again. Oh yeah, the secret pack, I almost forgot about that. So this one is for the Genex that I unlocked from watching the final scenario. And what you get from here is, here's my ratios, by the way, if you want to know. Yeah, I don't really have a playset of anything right now. It's pretty much just a lot of Genex cards, and since like a lot of them call for Genex stuff, like it's not really too versatile. Although some of these you might want to play, just because like this one can send something to from the deck to the graveyard, which is always nice. Birdman has a pretty easy special summon ability, which you might want. Just like as long as you can like return stuff to hand, this might be useful in Mist Valley deck. That would be actually useful in Mist Valley deck. So if you actually play Mist Valley, Birdman would make a good inclusion in that deck, since they want to be returned to hand. And then here's a few others. A lot of these have just like simple attribute changing effect, which might come in handy. In some decks, I'd like to see that too. Not the best secret card pack ever, but it might come in handy for a few players. There are a few good cards in there, like the Birdman is fairly useful, and maybe, well no, the Catastrophe isn't available in that one. I'll open, I guess I can open, should I open the Duelist Cup Rewards or Legs Pack? I think I'm gonna wait, maybe I'll open both. Let's see what I can get from the Duelist Cup Rewards, just because I have a few. Yeah, see. Got another Invader of Darkness, so that makes 2 now. And then got Dark Witch. This is honestly probably maybe the best one, just because actually this one can be useful, I guess, as like attack against Runic, but once again, like this is more of a side deck card than anything, and since you're probably not playing a lot of side decks, I'm gonna give it to Do Names, I guess. I don't know, I think it's actually good. Actually, this one could be a wait. No, actually. I mean, Psychic Ace can technically be a more budget replacement for Cyphering Gear Gamma if you really want to play Emergency Teleport in Sprites. And you have the Emergency Teleport, but you don't have the Cyphering Gear Gamma package. Maybe you could just run this instead. And this at least has the benefit of being able to normal summon itself. But most of the time you probably just want to run Gamma instead if you're running Emergency Teleport in the Sprites. Otherwise maybe like play some, like don't play the Emergency Teleport. Like you have like other ways of playing Sprites anyway. But there's at least that. So I guess I'll give this it up for this in the rare slot, and then Do Names, just because there's not a lot of. The other option is Invader, and this is more of a side deck card. This at least has pretty good stats if you need like a light fairy, and you don't mind it being normal, or maybe you need a normal monster. But yeah, like if you need a normal monster, level 4 normal monster, generally there's like better options. Yeah, see, it says 1 pack. That's how they're doing it now. But I don't actually have any packs. So I'm gonna do the legacy pack ticket now. 10 of them. Still didn't get the... Yeah, still didn't get the mosquito. That rank 2 mosquito guy that I want. But I did get Jowgen, which is actually pretty useful in I remember in one of my other accounts I wanted to play I wanted to try out the spellbook deck, since that spellbook of judgment, I think it was, got unbanned. I wanted to see how that would be with the spellbook of judgment, because spellbook of judgment is, usually pairs pretty well with this card, since you can easily special summon it off of the judgment, and then you can keep your opponent from special summoning monsters, which is kind of nice. Also, this is kind of iconic because this was a really good card to summon off of last turn to keep your opponent from being able to special summon anything, so that you could get a pretty easy win with that. That's pretty much what got the last turn ban. So it's pretty iconic, and it's still kind of good if you're playing spellbooks. It's still a pretty good card for that deck. Well, spellbooks aren't like the best deck even with the judgment off, but like that's something to note. And then Gusto Squero is a pretty good card for Gustos, I think. It's pretty nice. I got it glossy. I got another copy of Karibe, so I'm getting closer to getting a lot of the Karibo cards. And then a few of these. So the best, I mean, there's only one super rare, but it's at least a pretty decent pool anyway. And I think if you're playing the spellbook deck, you only need one of these anyway, so it's not too bad. It's kind of nice that so at least I don't have to craft this. So I'm probably not going to play spellbooks again. I like the sprites. Best rare, I guess I could give it to best generic rare. I don't know if there's really a best generic rare in here, but maybe this one. This one could, but like Gorgon's Eye might actually be better. Like, I mean, Scarecrows don't really need the extra help of putting them opponent's monster in the defense position. Gusto Squero is actually kind of nice though for the Gusto deck. I guess I'll give it to that even though it's not generic. And then for the normal though, well, Protron can actually be kind of nice because you can like special summon it off of that other Cyburst monster that special summons a normal monster from the deck. So it's good for at least that, while also being a way to then go into Link Karibo, which can be kind of handy. So there you go. Guess I'll give it to Protron for that. But yeah, definitely best overall card is gonna be Jogan, or Jowgen. So if anyone else has anything to say they want to say about the pack, feel free. Once again, if you did enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be going to end it. I'll end it around once it says 155. But if anyone has any last remarks they want to make, or if they want me to do anything else, feel free to say. Once again, thank you for everyone who did like during this live stream. Thank you to everyone who is gonna like afterwards, and I hope there are people who want to share my content and want to subscribe. Does anyone have any last minute remarks they would like to say, or anything else they would like me to do before I wrap this video live stream up? If not, I'll go ahead and end it around 155. and does anyone have any questions about any parts of the video? I can take time to answer any of those, or I can always just answer them in the comments. Okay, well, it looks like it's just about time, so I'm gonna wrap it up there. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all can be sure to either come to the next live stream or are willing to watch it afterwards. Either way, I thank all of you who do like this new format. I hope there's quite a few people, and you can and if anyone wants to give me advice, even, you can feel free to let me know that as well. Bye, everyone. Okay. Stop broadcast.